So this is our last week that we're talking about wisdom. So we're going to talk a little bit more about it in a second, about growing in wisdom. And when you celebrate your growth is on your birthday. So we've got some birthdays you want to celebrate. So happy birthday to Ella, Jace, Victoria, Mackenzie, and Marley.
Happy birthday, you guys.
Happy birthday. And anybody else out there we may have missed. Hope you have a fantastic birthday. So this week, we are talking about growing in wisdom. And so I thought we would maybe how should we do our Bible verse this week?
Maybe we do it in our best baby voice.
You have a good baby voice.
Have a good baby voice? But you know, you'll never stop growing.
You never stop growing.
Even if God keeps showing us things, so we keep growing.
We keep growing and growing and growing.
So we're gonna do a memory verse in our very best baby voice.
Baby voice. Do you have a good baby voice?
I think I do.
Okay. Here we go.
So you guys say it all together with us.
1, 2, 3.
If any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you. God gives freely to everyone and doesn't find fault. James 1:5. Love.
That was awesome.
Good job, you guys.
Good job.
All right.
So,
next up, we've got a little game for you guys since we're
Super
talking
fun
about
game.
how we're never going to stop growing in wisdom, how God is always showing us new things. We're going to show you some pictures of some things that are still growing, some baby pictures. And it's your job to guess what these things are going to grow into.
Okay, are you ready? See if you can guess it. Here's our first one. What do you think that is going to be?
Guesses?
And it is a panda.
Isn't it amazing how things change as they grow?
It looks kind of like a naked mole rat to start with. Kind of
Newborn pandas aren't too cute. But isn't that cool? God makes us better as we grow too.
Yeah, better and better.
That panda's
and bigger
looking a
and
lot
bigger
better now.
And cuter too. Yeah.
All right, let's do this next one.
Nope, not a duck.
Not
a goose. It is a flamingo. That's right.
Honey, they're not pink yet.
They're not even pink. Do you know they turn pink because of the things they eat? And if they eat a lot of pink shrimp, they get more pink. But the ones that don't have pink shrimp actually don't ever get pink.
That's a good fact.
It's kind of cool. Another one of those fun facts. All right, here we go.
This
last
next one looks a little gross.
What is it? It looks so much better when it's older. It is a ladybug.
All right, now I've got a little bonus round. Some baby pictures.
Baby pictures. So we're going to show you a baby picture, and you have to tell us who you think it is. Do you think it's Lauren, or do you think it's me? So Lauren or Claire, who is this one? So cute. In an almost creepy sort of way.
Scary, but
a little creepy. Who do you think?
All right, it is.
Me. Lauren. That's right. You were so cute.
Terrifying.
A little terrifying, those clowns, but hopefully you didn't have nightmares.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to learn more on our video right now of how you can continue to grow in wisdom by renewing your mind. It talks about that in Romans. So check it out in our video. Hopefully you can look cuter as you get bigger too.
I bet they will.
I'm sure.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story inspired by the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2.
If there was ever a man who thought he knew how to think the best thoughts, it was Paul. As a Jewish religious leader, Paul knew all the 613 Jewish laws inside and out. He was convinced he knew the exact right way to live. But then, Paul met Jesus in a flash of light and thunder, and everything flipped. Paul's entire way of thinking changed.
Jesus is the Son of God.
Paul began to travel across the land, starting churches as he shared the amazing news about Jesus. He also wrote long letters, both to the churches that he had started and to ones that he had heard of or wished to visit.
I, Paul, am writing this letter.
Many of Paul's letters are collected in the New Testament, including a famous letter he wrote to the church in Rome.
I long to see you. I want us to encourage one another in the faith we share.
In his letter to the Romans, Paul shares the truth about what God has done for us in sending Jesus and how that can change our lives. Romans 12:2 offers a big challenge.
Don't live the way this world lives. Let your way of thinking be completely changed. Then you will be able to test what God wants for you, and you will agree that what He wants is right. His plan is good and pleasing and perfect.
Paul knew all about having a mind makeover, but changing your thoughts isn't easy. Whatever you do, don't think about an elephant. Do not think about an elephant. You're thinking about an elephant. It's really hard to control your thoughts. When Paul says don't live the way this world lives, he's saying don't let this world push you into thinking and saying and doing things. Imagine that you're modeling clay. Modeling clay can be turned into all sorts of cool stuff, like this, or this, or even this. The problem is, no matter how much you shove it around and shape it, modeling clay doesn't form anything that lasts. And we all know how modeling clay ends up. Mixed up, dried up bits. We can get squashed too when we let the world around us tell us how to act, what to say, what to wear, what to play. We run from one thing to the next without stopping to think about what really matters. That's why Paul reminds us next, let your way of thinking be completely changed. We all know it's really hard to change your thoughts just by trying hard. Yeah, there's only one way to make lasting change, and that's to let God work in your thoughts as well as in your heart. Imagine this is your brain. And throughout the day, it begins to boil with a gazillion thoughts. Oh, why do I have to get up now? I hate school. I can't believe I have Miss Wells this year. She's the most boring teacher ever. Everyone else has a better lunch than I do. I can't run a whole mile in PE. It's not fair I have to finish my homework before I can play my game. You can't make all those thoughts change in an instant, but you can invite God to begin to change those thoughts for you. And as you spend more time focused on God's words written down in the Bible and spend time with others who follow God, your thoughts will begin to shift. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Don't worry about anything. No matter what happens, tell God about everything. God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds. I am absolutely sure that not even death or life can separate us from God's love. Over time, new thoughts will replace the old anxious ones. God will begin to change you from the inside out. Now, you're no longer modeling clay. Instead of being pushed around from the outside, you have a brand new way of thinking. Paul writes,
Then you will be able to test what God wants for you, and you will agree that what He wants is right. His plan is good and pleasing and perfect.
When something difficult happens, you can stand strong and ask God to show you what to do and what to say. And the more you invite God to change what's happening in your head, the more you grow day by day in wisdom.
All right, you guys, isn't that amazing that as we follow Jesus, God makes our minds new, that God never stops showing us new things, and we never stop growing in wisdom when we follow Jesus. Isn't that amazing?
That is so super cool. It's encouraging, even for me. As you get older, like, you think you know everything, but you really don't. And God is constantly showing us new things. So, all right, here we go. Big question. How are you wiser than you used to be? Think about that. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.